When we started King of Pops, it was really just for a story. I wanted to do something a little bit different. Certainly hadn't thought 100% through it, but wanted to create a story and wanted to kind of share an idea that I thought was great with people. And the advice, which is on the slide behind me, is pick a date. And I don't think that, given the circumstances, if I wouldn't have set a date, which was April 1st, when I was kind of painting murals and hanging out on the couch and kind of enjoying this conversational entrepreneur life that involved really no work, I think I might have just said, oh man, I don't know what to do. This stinks. And when you pick a date, it's kind of a good thing because you release what you're working on out into the world. Embrace your mistakes. We wouldn't have done a lot of the stuff that we did the way we did if things had worked out as we wanted. We were hoping to have a popsicle shop in a single location, and what happened was I was forced to get a cart and kind of roll with the punches. And what happened with the cart, which is obviously now our entire business, is we were able to go to tons of places. It seems like a simple idea, but I truly believe if we would have just had the single brick and mortar store, we would have never done that. In addition to that, what that encouraged us to do is how are we going to tell people where we are? Social media, which everyone understands what that is, was not quite as ingrained in culture in 2010, and it was kind of novel to post on Twitter and Facebook where you were going to be set up. I guess the point of this slide is embrace mistakes in the sense that you don't really know exactly what's going to work the best. Put things out into the world and embrace the mistakes that happen and go with it. The next part of what we're going to talk about is telling your story. So the story when we started was about myself getting laid off, Nick quitting work. Our story that we have now is more about we started a farm in order to grow some of our own ingredients and really to teach about the importance of sustainable agriculture. We have a yoga event that we have a ton of people come out to every Tuesday. Instead of having a large marketing budget or an advertising spend, we try to spend money on things that keep us kind of interesting. And then the last one, which I personally get the most out of, is to be a part of the community. I hope whenever you're starting a business that's somewhere in the back of your head. I 100% believe that if you're starting it for the reason to start a successful business, that you're already behind. I think you have to have a reason why you want to do it, and it might not be tied directly to what you're thinking right now. Popsicles and community kind of go hand in hand, and they kind of don't. Oftentimes when we look at risk, we think of the absolute worst that can happen, and you kind of are like, well, I could lose my house, and my leg could fall off, and all this could happen. And what we don't actually think about is what the best thing is that could happen. Consider the bad things that could happen, but understand that the good things are oftentimes so much greater than you ever could imagine. And hopefully that'll be a motivation for you guys to go out there and do some really cool stuff, which I'm sure you all will.